Hello to all of my 322 subscribers. Today I will show you how you can draw body in any perspective or angle. So first of all, we are going to draw a body, but we are going to construct it using very simple shapes. So we're going to use a rectangle and we are going to use cylinders. So these two, only these two, and by these shapes we are going to construct a body. So you may be asking how. So the first, we are going to draw a head. For head we are going to use a rectangle. For the neck also rectangle. For the torso and rib cage again rectangle. For the hips area or for the waist area again rectangle. Pelvis again rectangle. These shapes are most simplistic thing for the body. Of course you can use a shape like rib cage. I've seen some artists do this. Then for the pelvis they have like the underwear type of shape, but this is easier in my opinion. So this is the body. Then for shoulders we are going to use circle. I didn't put circle in these two because circle in any perspective is the same, it's just a circle. Then for the arms, cylinders. For the upper and the lower part. For elbows again circle. And for the forearm again cylinder. Same thing with the legs. We have one cylinder. Then for the knee circle. And for the calves again cylinders. And another thing, with feet and hands we can also use a little rectangles, so like this. And this is body by using only these two shapes. Maybe the body in this example is a little short, maybe it should have been wider, but you get the point. We are just using simple shapes. But before all of this, you need to learn how to draw these two in perspective. So for example, if you want to draw a rectangle but you are viewing it from the higher angle, so it's going to look like this, and cylinder is going to look like this, right, when we are looking from the up. And this part is very important. You need to know how to draw these two in any perspective before drawing a body. So one exercise I would suggest is to just, especially for rectangle, to draw it like this, so you are viewing it from the middle. And then if you are viewing it from the angle that is from the downside, then you draw it like this, and then the angle that is more like this, so you can see where rectangle is going. Same thing from the other side. And we are using the same thing from the left and right side. But you get the point, so you need to learn how to draw these shapes in different perspective. Rectangle for me is the most difficult. With the cylinder it's not that difficult. So for example, if the cylinder is going right towards you, then you just need to draw it a little bit wider, and then the circle is also going to be wider. And if you are looking it from the side, this is how it's going to look like. When it's foreshortening so big, then you just made it like this, so it's really coming towards you. This is the first, let's call it, exercise when you learn to draw these shapes. And I know it's not the most interesting thing to do, to drawing rectangle in perspective, but it is very important. So when you learned how to draw rectangles, my advice would be to just start to draw very big one like this, but in perspective, of course. Then you can make some guidelines, and then try in this box to construct your body with the shapes that I already told you, so rectangles and cylinders. Again, the first thing, we are drawing the head, but in perspective, already practiced. You can make guidelines of where he's looking at, drawing the cylinder, and then torso. We said that it's a rectangle, little bit wider, so like this. Hip area, again rectangle, and we are just putting rectangles on top of each other. And you can see how you draw the box. That's how the shapes of body is going to look like. Then we can draw the legs, draw a little bit longer. So the legs, again cylinders, this is the second one. Then knees, little circles, then the calves using cylinders, and then for the feet, again using rectangles, but all in perspective. So you can see basically that he's standing in this rectangle that we draw first. Every shape is in perspective, and let's just draw the arms very quickly. Like this. And this is roughly the sketch I made in a very short period of time, so it's not that accurate. The proportions are not the best, but you get the point. This is the second exercise, so you draw a big rectangle and you try to put body in that rectangle. Of course, first time you're just drawing it while he's standing and he is in the most default pose, because this is the most easiest pose that you can draw. And then again you can draw complicated rectangle like this, and then put the body in it. So we are looking it from the up and from the side. Drawing a head. Again, rectangle 1, rectangle 3, rectangle 4. Straight away we are going to draw an arm. And we don't need to draw a second arm because at this angle we don't see it, so it's better for us, so we don't have to draw that much. Again, drawing shapes in this big rectangle, and you can see that he's standing inside that rectangle. And with this you can draw as much different rectangles in different perspective and angles, and just have fun with it, because this is very efficient and important exercise. And when you are pretty comfortable drawing them in different rectangles while they are standing still, then you can draw them in some more difficult or different positions. And you can see it's not perfect, but he is in the rectangle. I'm not that satisfied with the pose, but you get the point. You just draw the different angles of torso, and then he can twist like this, and then his pelvis is looking other way than his rib cages, so you can see that these two are not looking towards the same thing. That just gives pose more fluid motion. And then again you can play with legs and arms and draw them in different positions. Then when you master that, then you can start to practice foreshadowing. So again, rectangle, here is going to be the head. You can see it's not perfect, but you get the point. So yeah, as we said, first thing to learn how to draw, especially rectangles in perspective. Again, you need to know how to draw cylinders in perspective, and then you try to construct body in different angles, perspective, then just play with the body, put it in different angles when they twist, or just anything that comes up to mind, all the difficult positions. And then for the last thing, you can start to learn foreshadowing, and then you can just draw. You can draw all these types of crazy dynamic positions and poses that it's just going to be mind-blowing. So that's going to be it. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you didn't, and see you in the next one.